welcome to video 3. I'm Ruth Stern, and I'm the creator of the 4 Steps to Blissful Sleep program. And in video 3 today, I'm going to show you my personal discovery of going into the deeper core source of insomnia. And it's even deeper than anxiety. And what it is you don't feel safe. It's about safety. When you're anxious, it is a form of not feeling safe. Because think about it, when you're the opposite of anxiety is inner peace. Inner peace means I feel good in the world. I'm good in my surroundings. I'm grounded. I can breathe. I can be present. But when you're anxious, you're on guard, which means you're not safe. Now, we have learned to be unsafe in many ways. You may have come from, say, an alcoholic or an abusive home where there were parents fighting, or there might have been violence of some kind, either verbal or whatever, and you learned to be on guard. Or maybe you had a parent who would be suddenly had explosive anger, and you didn't know when it was going to come. Again, you have to be on guard. Or maybe you were a socially anxious kid, and you're very attuned to what people are thinking, and you're never feeling safe. Are they thinking about me? Are they judging me? So you could see it could be hundreds of reasons why we learn to feel unsafe. So bottom line, what I learned to do with the techniques that I do is helping that inner child inside of us, and we all have that still has some form of a wound of not feeling safe. And it stays within us in our unconscious. And the unconscious is much more powerful than the conscious. You can say, that was in the past, I'm done with it. Probably not. Unless you really went through some therapy and healed it, it's still there. And I personally went through therapy many years before and different things. And I still had insomnia because there were pieces of anxiety and unsafety left over. And when I got that, and I used that to help myself heal, I started to feel safe. And I could now go down on my pillow and finally feel good to sleep. So in the technique that I use is EFT, Emotional Freedom Techniques. I am going to show you what it is and how to use it, and show you a little preview of how I use tapping. It's a tapping technique to create more safety in your system, because when you feel safe, you feel relaxed, and when you're relaxed, you can sleep, and that's what we want. All right, so for those of you who don't know EFT, I'm going to tell you briefly what it is. It is based on the principles of Chinese acupuncture that believes that we have 12 meridians or lines of energy that run through our system. And if any of those lines of energy are blocked, we can have pain or disease in an organ or a part of our body. So EFT took the same premise of acupuncture, and instead of needles, we use acupressure. We tap on some of the main meridian points that I'm showing you right now on the body. And what happens is, as you're tapping on those points, you're starting to balance the energy. And when your energy is balanced, your heightened stress or anxiety goes down. It comes together. They work together. Now, you'll only know this when you start doing this and practicing it. And it looks very simple, and it is, but it's very powerful. So the premise of EFT is all negative emotions create an imbalance in the energy system. So imagine when you're trying to go to sleep and you can't, your energy is kind of imbalanced. It's doing this kind of imbalance way of being. And when you're tapping, you start taking this energy and the energy starts flowing. So imagine the energy flowing in your system, and that starts reducing the anxiety, and that's when you can start to sleep. I have some people using my program and they don't even finish the tapping and they're already sleeping. It's that powerful for the system. You know, Einstein taught us that all matter is energy. We are all energy. Our bodies, our minds, our thoughts, music, anything you can think of is energy. So it makes sense to use energy. And of all the techniques that I tried, this is the one that finally cured my insomnia of 19 years. That's a chronic problem. And I actually didn't believe it was going to work because I tried so much. That's why I'm saying have an open mind. You need an open mind because this problem is really, really curable. So I'm going to show you the points and then we're going to do a little tapping. Okay, so the first point is the karate chop point here, and you take 2 or 3 fingers from one hand and you tap. And you can tap on either side, you can change, it doesn't matter. Then you take 2 or 3 fingers and you tap in the where your nose and eyebrow meet in the bridge corner there. Tap on the side of the eye on the bone, under the eye on the bone, under the nose, in the crease of the chin, the collarbone point right under your collarbone, either the left or the right, under your arm, 4 inches down on the side of your body. For a woman, it's by your bra strap, tap. And the last point is on the top of your head in a circle. I know it might look a little strange to some people, but trust me, I wouldn't be doing this and training hundreds of people in this if it didn't work. It is probably my most effective tool I use, not just for sleep, but for many, many things. So that's the whole protocol of the points. So now what we're going to do is a sample little tapping about safety and stress so that you can start to get a feel for this. And I'm going to tap and you're going to follow me and then just repeat everything I say. So I'll have a space that you can repeat what I say. So if you have an issue that you already know about, like maybe you already know, I don't feel safe going to sleep because, you can fill that in. Or you can guess. You can write this down. I don't feel safe when I go to sleep. Or you can write down, I feel anxious when I go to sleep because, and it can be simple things like there's a lot of stuff on my mind, or I'm worried about my money, or my relationship is having trouble. Anything that you think that might be getting in the way of you feeling anxious, anything that's getting in the way of you sleeping that's causing you to feel anxious or not feel safe, write that down. So after you write down on a scale of 0 to 10, how anxious do you feel about this issue you just wrote down? So if you wrote down, I don't sleep because of my relationship problem, all the fighting we do, write down on a scale of 0 to 10, how anxious am I about this? Or I'm not sleeping because I'm worrying about my money. How strong is that worry right now? So you're measuring it right now. So get your number down and then we'll start tapping. Because we want to measure that number is going down, and many times you'll feel it in your body. You might start yawning when you get more relaxed. Your body feels less tense. You'll start feeling different. Okay, so ready, repeat after me. Even though I'm anxious about this thing that I wrote down, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though this thing makes me anxious and I can't sleep, I choose calm and peace. Even though this really makes me anxious and unsafe, I choose calm, peace, and safety. This thing that makes me anxious, it makes me so stressed, and I can feel unsafe. I can't get it off my mind. It really troubles me. All this anxiety, all this stress I feel. It's hard to feel safe. Take a breath. That's what we call one round. We're going to keep tapping. This is just a general tapping. And notice that I just worked on the negative. That's what we usually do at first because we want to honor those feelings. Remember I told you don't stuff those feelings. You want to honor the feelings. Many times just doing that will already release. I can feel the feeling and let it go. So we're going to do a little bit more, and then I'm going to put in some positives to increase some of that safety feeling. All this anxiety I feel, just keep repeating after me. All this stress that keeps me awake. I'm holding all this stress in my mind, body, and spirit. I'm all revved up and overwhelmed with these feelings. I need some peace. I need to sleep. I deserve some peace. I deserve some rest. I imagine now a beautiful white light. A white light from the universe, God, however you see it, coming down from the universe to the top of my head. Watching this beam of light, healing and white, melting all through my body. Feeling this white light melting away my anxiety, melting away my on-guard feelings. This powerful light brings me a little bit more peace. I breathe in this white light now and take a breath. I breathe in this peace now. Allowing my body to be safe in the light, bathing in the light. It feels good to feel safe in the light. I breathe in safety. I breathe in peace and calm. As I go to sleep tonight. Take a breath. Now, I'd like you to measure that same anxiety you wrote down. For many of you, there's going to be a shift. It's going to be a lower number because your body energetically got calmer. And what I teach in my program is a whole program to deal with all kinds of feelings, from anxiety to worry to anger, because all of these feelings feed into it. In the program that I've created, I also have special tappings just for sleep, and then some wonderful visualizations to add to the 4 steps for people who are still struggling, and they add more to you to create deeper sleep. So you can check that out as well. I hope these videos were helpful to you. They were remarkable in my life, these ideas that I'm showing you. It saved me. I am now no longer an insomniac. And I've helped many, many people with the same problem. And I wish the same for you. I wish you blissful sleep the rest of your life.